Hi, Nancy Spears with genConnect, and today I'm talking to Gary Shapiro, who's the president and the CEO of the Consumer Electronics Association. Hi, Gary.
Hi, Nancy. It's great to be here.
Yeah, it's good to see you again. Thank you so much. So congratulations are in order on your new book, The Ninja Innovation, the 10 killer strategies of the world's most successful businesses. That's a pretty huge undertaking. Tell us, how did you come up with the title, Ninja?
Well, I got along with my family, a black belt in Taekwondo about 20 years ago, and it was a multi-year process. Now, actually, the truth is, Taekwondo is a Korean sport, but ninjas are Japanese. But this is literary license, and ninja is really a concept that I've always talked about with my kids, and that is that you have to act like a ninja, which means solve the problem. And that's what ninjas did. They were ancient Japanese warriors who were always outmanned, outgunned, but they were a smaller team, but they were more clever, they were flexible, they were creative, they worked together really well, and they beat superior odds almost always. And to me, that's a ninja. Any situation you're in, whether it's a company, a government, or just as an individual throughout life, you're always approaching opportunities and problems, and how you approach them is really important. I'm not a binary person where you do this or that. There's always a third or fourth or a fifth way. And you have to think outside the box and be clever. And that kind of, to me, defines our country. It defines innovation. It defines technology. It's always doing it better. And that's how I think we should be thinking. And that's what the whole, if you have to get the essence of the book into 2 words, it's ninja innovation. And that's, to me, it's almost a religion.
Yeah, I think it's a great read. It's a quick read. I loved it. And I think in terms of solving problems, starting with the paradigm of how you parent and then taking that into the workplace is really almost what this country's built on anyway. And so when it comes to solving problems, you've solved a lot of them. Let's talk a little bit about startups, because I know you're really focusing on that at CES this year. What's
sure. We are in a trade association, a nonprofit organization of over 2,000 companies. Every big company in technology is a member, but 80% of our companies are smaller. And we have a corporate culture that even the big companies agree on, that we should do everything possible to encourage someone with an idea to be able to expose it to the world and see if it'll work or not. So we do that as a trade association, encouraging entrepreneurs, and we do it in our trade show. We have something at CES every January in Las Vegas called Eureka Park. And Eureka Park is growing by about 50% a year, and it is focused totally on startups with a new product, an idea, and they go there and they meet 150,000 in potential investors, partners, retailers, media like yourself. And it works great. It's very exciting for everyone, and it's really, that is what our future is as a society, as a country. It's based on the entrepreneur creating jobs, doing it a better way, and that's who we are as Americans. We basically are genetically came from people who wanted it better, and we have a society that we encourage it in so many different ways, whether it's our reward system, whether it's the way we train kids in schools. Everyone says our schools are bad. They're not bad. They're bad at rote learning, which other countries are better at. What we're good at is teaching people how to think on their own. And we also have a legal system which encourages it, whether it's our First Amendment, which protects people to speak and challenge the status quo, or even our political system, which is as bad and broken as it is, it's really actually good for people starting businesses.
Absolutely. So I actually was at CES this year and went through Eureka, and it blows my mind how you think just when everything's been created, that's not the case at all. So in the book, a lot what you talk about is creativity. Creativity and discipline. You kind of merge those two. Can you give some tips for someone who is involved in a startup or thinking about doing a startup, how to get started?
Well, first, it's an approach to life. Life is a learning experience, so that every time you're with someone, except maybe on a plane when you really don't want to talk to them, but every time you're there, you're doing something, you should be learning, asking questions.
Okay, great.
And then in terms of other things that you do when you're starting a business, what you should be thinking about is, what's your goal? What do you want to do? How are you going to be different? Who's on your team? The most important thing is the team you create. There's a myth in American society of these individuals creating everything in a company, starting with Thomas Edison, going to Bill Gates, to Steve Jobs, to Mark Zuckerberg. But the truth is they put a team together, and the team is very important, and they can't be like you. They have to complement your weaknesses, and then you have to agree on a goal, you have to be focused, and you have to be quick and clever, and recognize that everyone who's on your team, their opinion matters, and you treat them as people, and that you have to, as a leader, have to be able to take feedback and criticism, and that's valuable to you. You shouldn't discourage it. And then you're relentless in trying new things. And even if you fail, you must view it as a learning experience. The most important things in business and even in your personal life, the times you've grown is when you failed. And that's and as upset as you may be, you have to grasp that glass half full and say, this is a tremendous opportunity to learn.
Well, you certainly are a tremendous example of all of those things. I mean, you've built an amazing organization. It continues to grow every year. I'm grateful to you for sharing your wisdom in Ninja Innovation. It's a great book. I recommend everyone to read it. And for more with Gary Shapiro, you can check him out on genConnect.com and also at the Consumer Electronics Association. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.